Hey everybody, what's going on? In the pre-shuffle, I was seeing the Wheel of Fortune and I was also seeing the Fool. So this can be a focus on doing something new, doing something different, doing something even unusual. You can be feeling more open as well. That can be something like you can be feeling maybe more open-minded, maybe more open to the suggestion of the universe. We are starting off with Eight of Cups. I like the Eight of Cups in this deck because I feel like it touches on something important that's connected with the theme of the Eight of Cups, and that is us looking for something. So this bird is from a bird's eye view, moving around, moving away from this and going to look for something. It's kind of like I've looked in all of these cups and there's no longer anything there that I want. And so, or there's nothing there that I want in the first place. And so I have to keep looking. My journey continues because I know that this is going to be futile if I stay here. And because it almost seems like the bird is going towards the moon in the picture, the moon is connected with Pisces. Pisces is connected with a sense of mystery. It is connected with the unknown elements of things, the undiscovered territory, the unconscious energy. And so maybe you're going to be moving in a direction that you haven't gone before, going to maybe look somewhere you haven't looked before or explore something that you haven't explored before. That can be the desire anyway. Maybe you're tired of the same old. That can also be a vibe with this too. So where to next? Having Page of Wands feels almost like you know where you want to go. I'm seeing Nine of Swords. Maybe there's a reason you feel stopped from doing that. I do feel like I've been seeing the Eight of Cups a lot in the readings within the last week. So there can just be collectively a clearing out that's going on. What kind of future do you want? Where do you want to go? Some of you can be figuring that out. Some of you may know this already. Maybe a move hasn't totally been made yet. It looks like a move is going to be made now, though. I'm seeing Eight of Wands, which feels like it is the exact fuel that you need in order to do this. So Eight of Cups is going to be when we acknowledge that something is no longer fueling us. So you can say like, no longer do I feel like emotionally compatible with this, or like no longer does this make my heart sing, or no longer do I feel like a soul connection with this anymore, feeling like a bit of a disconnect. That's the feeling of the Eight of Cups. Having Page of Wands next to it, Page of Wands is when we are getting ready to pursue something that we want to pursue, that we actually feel very attracted to. So it's a different spin on things. That Eight of Cups is like, I'm looking for something. Page of Wands can be when we actually find the thing that we're looking for. And then Three of Wands can be like the distance that we go to even like get on that path if we're willing to. And this can say as well, like maybe you're getting more clear on where it is that you want to go. Maybe this has been a process that you've been moving through where you were like, well, I'm not really happy with this, or I don't know that I really want this anymore. I don't know that this is really working anymore, but what is going to work? And having that Page of Wands there, maybe you're having something that's like lining up here. Maybe that's something that you're going to choose to go in the direction of. Maybe you even know that this is something that's going to be happening. For some of you, this is a little bit up ahead. This is going to be happening. For some of you, you can be getting ready for this now. But I do get the sense that this has been a process nonetheless. And wow, I mean, having Page of Wands be connected with the Sun, I do feel like you're aware of what this is for you now. So it just feels like ready to go exactly there. Like Eight of Wands is about that direct movement, like all the energy is ready. It's just like the horses being let out of the stable, like everything pushing forward in the same direction, and the sun is like clear as day. This is where I want to go. This is where I want to be. So I feel too like this is even making progress with your awareness of that, of where it is that you want to be next. The next calling. It feels like it's about time that this arrived. And you can feel quite prepared now. I feel like your guides have patiently been waiting for this to happen. This Eight of Cups is giving me the feeling like maybe you felt like you had to look something over again just to be sure. Like maybe even a couple times. It's like a double check and a triple check over and over again. Just intuitively how I'm seeing this Eight of Cups. Like maybe initially you were feeling something and you just wanted to be absolutely sure before you made a move, because maybe for some of you this is a big shift that you're making and you just wanted to be absolutely sure. So you're like, let me just check this a couple more times. Now it feels like something is waiting on you. And this can even be like that part of yourself up ahead is like, hey, when are you going to get here? I kind of see it like that. But the Hierophant looking at that Eight of Cups, some of you, there can be a person or a position that's waiting on you as well. That can be something here too. I feel like you are going to surpass the expectation of how quickly this is going to unfold. I feel like you already kind of know that something is going to unfold quickly. This seems like it's going to happen even faster than you're imagining here. Having the Eight of Wands leading to Three of Wands, because Three of Wands can be that thing that we see a lot of distance, and connected with the future and connected with the next steps that we're taking. Having Eight of Wands looking at that is like a whole lot of ground that's covered in even a short period of time, and faster than we think, because all of the energy is being directed. It's basically all cohesive and it's all going in that direction. So you end up moving very, very quickly through this. And this feels like somewhere where you want to be, so why not at this point? I just feel like something maybe had to catch up a little bit. I want to clarify Eight of Cups and the Hierophant connected with one another. Okay. When I split the deck, I'm seeing Seven of Cups and Six of Cups. When we have that, there can be stuff that we have to work through to understand more totally, completely, and fully. It can be emotional baggage kind of that we have to move through and make sense of to understand its place in the present within our lives, and if it even has one. It's like catching up with the times. Can you tell me anything else about this? I feel like that you're moving towards a new commitment. Like this is something where the Hierophant is connected with Taurus. That line that connects Scorpio and Taurus to one another is a line of devotion. So there is something that you are going to be devoting yourself to, and this feels very much like something appropriate for where you are, where you're moving. But maybe you felt like you had to make extra sure, because I'm seeing it be like you could move over there and you could do that, because the way that the Hierophant is looking, it looks like patiently waiting for you to arrive. But that Eight of Cups is looking over at something like, I gotta double check this to make sure that I'm really making the right call here. And the Hierophant is just like patiently waiting for that move to be made. Okay. Strength reversed is popping on top of Eight of Cups. And I'm seeing Four of Pentacles. What does this mean? When we have strength coming out reversed, it's something where it can be like, I don't feel like I'm strong enough for this. I don't feel like I can do this. We can feel like we're not connected. We're not in touch with our willpower. Eight of Cups is about walking away from something that's no longer in alignment anymore. There's a lack of fulfillment there. There's a disconnect there. It's not something that you're meant to be messing around with anymore. But when we have strength reversed, it can be like, I don't know if I'm strong enough to do this. Like, I don't know if I'm able to make the transition, because it can be something very, very challenging. And depending on what this is tied to within your life, we can know that something, that we're not happy within something and we don't feel like we're thriving within something, and it can still be really hard for us to exit. It can be hard for us to disconnect. It can be hard for us to leave, especially when we are not feeling flexible. Especially when we really like the routine of things, especially when we're not totally in touch with our solar plexus. Like, weak stomach, anybody. That will be the feeling of this. So with all of the energy, I kind of feel like from everything that I'm seeing, it feels like a matter of time within the energy. Maybe this is even something that you know is going to be happening, but you don't feel like, I don't know, maybe something about the timing here, even though it's your choice, there can be something about the timing where you are really taking your time with this, but it's your path, it's your journey. It's your path, it's your journey. You get to decide how slowly or quickly things are happening. That's your call. Part of the reason why this can feel difficult to do is because you're going from maybe something that feels like a shore situation to like an unshore. But that is part of a transition. It's always going to be like that for the most part. Yeah, there's just emotional stuff that's still being worked through. I don't think that there's really a rush for you to do this. Like, sometimes the energy is more urgent, but from everything that I'm seeing here, and like even regardless of what I'm seeing here, just speaking from a more zoomed out perspective, at the end of the day, this is your journey and you get to decide how it goes, and you get to decide the pace of things. Like, it's just all what you want and it's all your preference. And if you want to spend 75% of your time doing something and switch over to something else at the last minute, or you want to like do it right now, whatever, that's all up to you. It's just your call, and it's totally on you. That's both your responsibility and also the power that you have within this situation. And I feel like I get the sense of you just like making sense of things, and maybe you even know that you're feeling called in a particular direction, but you're trying to make sense of like why that is exactly. Maybe you're having feelings about something and you're recognizing that you're having feelings, and you're wanting to understand those feelings on a deeper level. Like, having Page of Wands there and having the Sun feels like that's where I want to be, but then having the Seven of Cups feels like, why do I feel that way? And like, maybe there's just something, or maybe even like, what does that mean then? And there can be this processing that's going on because something about this, you may feel like maybe you don't have all the information that you want, but it's connected with the way that you're feeling. It doesn't feel like information about the situation. It feels more so like you sorting through things emotionally and you getting a better understanding, like getting more of a foothold on the mountain that is the emotional experience that you're having here. And maybe you feel too like you need this to feel confident about the choices that you're making as well. Like there's no problem with you doing this at all. You get to, again, take the time that you want to be doing this. Having Queen of Wands here, I would say that things like you feeling a sense of fire or a sense of passion for the things that you're connected with, that's important. A sense of excitement, a sense of motivation with the things that you're connected to, that is important to you. That's something that it's something that's really going to feed into your life force. And so when you're connected with your life force in that way, it feels very much like there is a clear direction for you to be going in, but you can know that if you were to do this, you don't really know where that's going to take you. And maybe there's a part of you that has a hard time when you're entering into an unknown situation to, like, maybe you're trying to get as much information about this as you can. Like, maybe you just want more. I don't know if that's like totally feasible. I don't know if that's totally accessible. I think sometimes we're required to follow the lead of what it is that we're feeling and just take the leap of faith to do that. But you can be in a space where you feel extremely uncomfortable with the idea of that. But maybe that's also something that you're going to work on too. Maybe this is about you trusting the process more so, where you may like to try to it's like wanting to know exactly what's going to happen within the energy, but situations don't always unfold like that. So you can be working with a part of yourself that's like, I want to know everything about this before I make any type of decision here. Like, what am I actually going to be doing? Where am I going to be going? What's going to be happening with this? And this situation that may be keeping you in something because you're like not being given more information. Like, you're just going to have to dive in and see what happens. And you can be, again, like working with this part of yourself that's like, I don't know how I feel about that. But then you feel like you're stagnating a bit here because we have that Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is this feeling like I'm ready to go, I'm ready to leave. It's that feeling that you get when you're somewhere and you feel like it's time to leave, but then don't go. And you start feeling anxious because of it. That is the Eight of Cups feeling. Like, you almost feel like there's somewhere you're supposed to be because you're not meant to be there anymore. And you'll keep getting signs about that within the environment as well, where it just keeps like reaffirming this for you. Like, it's not going to feel like it keeps welcoming you. Like, something about it, like the energy will put you off a bit. That's the feeling with the Eight of Cups, because it's like trying to push you to what you're going to next. But yeah, you can feel like, well, I'm still just making sense of that for myself here. I feel as well like you're just learning more and more about what it is that's unfolding. But you can still feel like you're not totally open-minded to this, but I think that you're getting pretty close. I think this just like can bring up a lot of anxiety because some of you, what I'm seeing the main theme in this be, and like we have Taurus here after all, is that you may really crave routine and you may really crave stability and you may really crave things being sure and things being known and feeling like there's a sense of devotion and it's like the same thing and things aren't being switched up or changed up. In this situation, you have to switch lanes. So it can feel challenging for that reason. But again, like having Temperance on the bottom of the deck, I don't feel like you need to be rushing yourself before you're ready or pushing yourself before you're ready, unless you have a reason to, unless you want to. Now, I'm not saying that you need to delay this. You can do it right now, but don't feel like someone's telling you you need to be doing this, because it's not the case. You get to go at the pace that you want to here. It feels like process is not going to go away. You're just going to continuously work through this until you're ready to take the leap. And that's what it's going to be. So you get to determine how long it takes you. Like, you want to spend a long time working on this, you can. You want to be over and done with this tomorrow, you can do that too. It's really just up to you. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.